Oh, another day, another dollar, as most people would see it. There's a lot of people out there nowadays who podcast for the money, and then there's people like Phil and I who we just podcast for the fun of it, and we see money as a way of turning it around and giving back to viewers. I know for sure that's how I see it. Any money that's in is spent directly towards the viewers. None of it goes to my personal account. None of it's used for my personal needs. Um, sure, I may buy like two of one, like one item twice, and therefore, it gives me one. But then later, I'm going to review it and give it away, along with one being brand new and given away. Um, I was approached today again by Jonathan89. He had asked a question about tips on starting a podcast. He's been very interested in starting a podcast, and I felt that we would come here today and explain how to on techHELP. So here we go, guys, on Tech Your Way, the techHELP segment. Here we go. This is exactly what you're going to need to make a podcast. Now, it's up to you to make your market out there on your podcast. You must, there's probably over thousands of technology shows and computer help shows of podcasts and whatnot, but you yourself have to come up with an idea that just you could use, that not others could offer, or same thing but just better than what they offer. There's a lot of things you have to consider when making a podcast, because not all are going to be winners, and a lot of times that you can fail if you don't put your time and effort into it. So it's very important when doing a show you put your time and effort into it. Now, for tech help segments and for Tech Your Way, usually we go and edit the videos and we cut out bloopers and things like that. But why do you want to edit when people out there can actually see that you as well make mistakes? No one's perfect, and no one will ever be perfect. In your eyes, sure, someone you love can be perfect, but when it comes to technology, it's just not as easy. Anyways, here I go. Basically, a simple thing of making a podcast. You don't need a webcam, really, to make a podcast, unless you're doing a video podcast, which, that's up to you to do. But that's the same thing as just doing a show. Now, for a podcast, you're going to need a microphone. It doesn't matter what microphone you get. Actually, right now, I'm using a headset that came with this webcam that you guys are viewing me from, and the quality on it's actually pretty good. Now, the webcam is iffy on, but this is a show/podcast. We do podcasts on the sides, and we do help other shows on the side. So if you guys ever need help, just message us and we'll be willing to help you guys. Now, you're going to need a simple recording program. You don't need nothing high-tech, nothing hundreds of dollars just to do a podcast. You need a simple sound recording device. Now, I know with Windows XP or Vista, and I'll check that right now for you guys. I know on Vista and I know on XP there's a sound recorder. I don't know if there's a limitation on the XP sound recorder. I really haven't used XP in a long time, but I know if you go to Start, All Programs, go to Accessories, and then after you get to Accessories, go to Sound Recorder, and actually from that you can easily just start recording. And of course, with the recording, there's no limitations on what you can do. You can record as much as you want, and it'll just keep going until you tell it to stop. You'll have to save it and then end it, and that's the time you go and edit. Now, people may ask, what editing program should we use? That's up to you. Some people may use Windows Media or Movie Maker, and you can actually do that. That's not the hard part. That's probably the most easiest thing to do, is to actually use that if you can't find one. However, there's a program out there called Audacity, which you can use. It's free. You can go and Google it if you have to. Just Google Audacity and actually download that. And it's actually pretty good for free. That's what we use, and I'm very proud of it. And that's what we use when we do our shows. And of course, we are sponsored by a Pretty May, which it's been a long time since we've used them, but we are sponsored by them, and that's what we use. We use Skype to record, and that's actually another alternative you could do by doing a podcast. If it's more than one person, people may say, well, what should we use? Well, there's a lot of sound recording devices out there for Skype that you could use. Matter of fact, I believe Skype has one in it. So all you have to do is really just download it, and there you go. Now, whether or not you want to do that, it's up to you. I know for us, though, it's a lot easier because, you know, there's nothing I really need. All I need is a Skype, a recorder, and a mic. And then I can talk to somebody across, who knows, another state, another country, and we can make a podcast that way. Now, hosting, it's going to be one thing. I know you can easily Google podcast hosting. You're going to find tons of places that will host you. There's actually one place that we used to use that every time someone was to download an episode, we actually was paid for every download, which we turned around and we bought, you know, spots on Google and things like that to get advertised on. Of course, you know, that's something I wouldn't recommend, just because, I mean, you don't earn that much money, and it takes a lot of downloads before you even start making $1 off of it. So, you know, just Google, see what you can find for podcast hosts. I know Tech Your Way is doing a podcast host. As a matter of fact, we have a new website we've been working on. It's a project. It's for podcasts. It's actually called podcastpods.com. We are turning around, we're working on it, but we're turning that around into a podcast host where viewers and fans out there of Tech Your Way, and of course people that want to be out there and get noticed, can actually come and upload their own shows on podcastpods.com. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure we'll let you guys know when it comes out. You know, we'll probably have spots for advertisements if you guys want to be advertised on there on the main page. So hopefully that helps people out there who wants to know how to start a podcast. And of course, if you still have questions about it, just leave a comment under this video and let us know. Of course, you know, on the side you can get to link to this live stream if you're watching this off YouTube, of course. So really, that's all you got to do. You know, a mic, sound recorder. You can easily Google a podcast recorder if you wanted to, but it may cost. So just pretty much just do that. Other than that, guys, that's about it. It's a little easy to do, and it's not much time consuming, I guess. Something you like to do, do it, and it's something I'd recommend. So, till then, guys, that's it for Tech Your Way and techHELP. Rate, comment, subscribe our videos, and check out some other videos we recently just uploaded and not too long ago. Of course, you can check out the past if you want to. There's a lot of interesting stuff we've done in our past, and matter of fact, we have a segment we're going to be releasing soon. It's going to be for bloopers, because last night Phil and I were going through our old podcasts we've done from Biggie Boys, BBC TS Cast, and World of Tech, and of course we did some stuff that you just will have to wait and see whenever it's uploaded at that time. Until then, guys, that's it for Tech Your Way, and as we always say, get plugged in.